Hello and welcome to episode 35 of The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky the Third. I'm Project Aurora, and as always, you can also catch me streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Project Aurora. As you'll recall in episode 34, we knocked out two of the side doors. We did a side door for Rin that gave a little bit of background on the development of Potter Modder, and then we took on a door that was for Mueller and Olivier, or Prince Oliver, however you want to refer to him as. And it gave a lot of, it was about 2 months after, or a month after, I think, actually, the events of the end of Trails in the Sky second chapter, and you sort of got to see some things getting put into motion. We got to see the Chancellor of Blood and Iron, who I guess Prince Oliver is sort of challenging, so to speak. It seems like this guy's a bit of a monster and knows a lot of things. We got to see Lecter again, who's been working with him, and Prince Olivier, or Oliver, sort of challenged the Chancellor in the end of the episode, and I think we'll see those games, some of that develop in the future games, being in Cold Steel, as well as Trails from Zero, I believe it is, or Trails from Azure. Well, both of those are, Zero and Azure are both crossbell games, and I'll eventually play both of those. So we'll sort of see that develop out, but it's like building out the world and the next things coming up in the future games, which I think is super cool, as well as you get to learn a little bit more about the characters. So now that we've done that, we have Richard's door to go through, the Repenting Patriot. We're going to see how long his door takes, and if we have time, we'll tackle another door or something of that nature. So let's see. Overcome a trial. We could also do that one, but I don't want to. We'll do the Repenting Patriot.
Nanji, kui aratameshi yukoku no ken. ここに記憶のかけらと祝福を与えん。
I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. City of Ruan. RNA research. RNA research. Ruan office.
Oh, これやこれや。
Oh my, look at all of this.
お役に立てればよろしいのですが。
I hope it will prove useful.
なるほどな。こうなっとったんか。
I see. You sure found a lot.
販売ルートがここまで揃っとるなら怖いもんなしや。
With this many potential sales routes, I've got nothing to fear.
すぐにでもテートに乗り込めるわ。
I'll be able to make my move into the Erebonian capital as soon as I'm ready with this kind of information.
ご依頼の内容は帝国でのオーブメント売買の実情ということでしたので。
Businessman Richard. You asked us to investigate the current situation with regards to ornament sales in Erebonian.
現地の販売店を中心に調査させていただきました。
I centered my investigation around stores in the region itself.
うん、よう揃っとる。
And you did a fantastic job too.
そやけど、問題はリベールからの足やな。
Still, the problem of transport remains.
国際定期便はボルドーのおっさんが抑えとるし。
After all, old Borden's got his grubby hands all over the international liners already.
そうですね。国際定期便の積載量 40% はボルドー家の優先契約となっています。
It's true that the Borden family has preferential access to 40% of the load capacity of international airliners leaving the borough for Erebonia.
しかし、最近では定期便以外の個人輸入業者もありますし。
However, they are no longer the only available option. They are now private carriers as well. Look at Kanone with this.
こちらが追加資料になりますわ。
Businesswoman Kanone. Here's some supplementary materials regarding that issue.
おお、準備ええやないか。
My, you certainly come prepared, don't you?
今回は少し調査期間が伸びてしまいましたからね。
Well, this request ended up taking a little longer than originally anticipated.
こちらはその分のサービスです。
Consider this a little extra on us in exchange.
相変わらずええ先読みや。
I like those who think 2 steps ahead.
どや、 うちに来ひんか？給料弾むで。
You sure you don't want to come and work for me? I'd pay you handsomely.
ミラノさんにそうまで言っていただけるとは。
I'm certainly flattered you think highly enough of my skills to offer.
ですが、生き馬の目を抜くような商売の世界には私は向いていないと思いますよ。
I'm not sure I have what it takes to be successful in the cutthroat world of business, though.
何分気が小さいですからね。
I'm a rather timid man, you see.
おもろい冗談やな。
Come now, you can't fool me. I actually think I talked to this girl on an airship at one point. This Murano girl, I think I talked to her on the airship, either in this game or in a previous game.
まあええわ。ぼちぼち考えといてや。
Oh well, do keep my offer in mind, if you would.
お疲れ様ですわ。
Please allow us to escort you out.
ああ、そや所長はん。
Oh, since I have you here,
次の調査も頼んどこうかな。
maybe I should give you one more thing to look into.
シモン君にさせとるんやけど、いまいち不安があるんや。
I've already had Simon get started, but I'm not sure he's up to the task.
ええ、構いませんよ。
I'd be happy to help if I can.
また国外市場の調査でしょうか。
Will this be another request to research a foreign market?
そうそう。
It certainly will.
お、ええもんがあるやん。
Oh, look what you've got over there. Perfect.
ここや。
This place right here.
オレド自治州
Or
で
its
すか。
state.
まあ、あんな小さなところに？
That's an unusual choice. It's quite a small place.
小さいからこそシェアが取れるんやないかい。
That just makes it easier to seize a majority in the market.
国際定期船も一応通ってるし、まだ誰も手出してへんさかいな。
Small as it is, it's not like it isn't accessible by airliner, and what market there may be, there is all but free for the taking right now.
なるほど。市場規模の可能性を探るというところでしょうか。
So you want us to research the potential size of the market there, in other words?
調査のターゲットはオーブメント市場に限りますか。
Shall we focus
それと
entirely on the
も市
ornament
場全
market?
体で。
Or broaden the scope of our investigation and look into the market in general?
全体の調査や。
The market in general.
どや、できそうか？
You think you can do it?
お任せください。
With ease.
まずは近隣の常駐スタッフに連絡を取ってみましょう。
I'll get in touch with one of our staff members stationed near the state right away and begin weighing options.
よし、決まりやな。
That's what I wanted to hear.
来週また来るさかい。詳しい話はその時するわ。
I'll be back here next week anyway. We can discuss the details then.
ほなな。
Ta!
お待ちしております。
Until then,
お気をつけて。
take care. It's weird seeing them since they're military people, this whole business thing, but I think it's
Oredo
cool.
Jichishuka.
It's cute, charming
少し
in a
内
way.
陸になるな。
Or it's quite far inland.
確かあの辺りにはレインズ兄弟がいたはずだね。
Weren't they Rains brothers in that general area of the continent?
ええ。後で連絡を取ってみますわ。
Yes, they are. I'll get in contact with them later.
よろしく頼む。
Thank you.
さすがはボース商人と言うべきか。
She's not a merchant of bows for nothing, is
ミ
she?
ラノさんの依頼はなかなか先進的で面白い。
She's always coming in with such interesting, ambitious requests.
所長に比べればまだまだですけれど。
She's not half as ambitious as you are.
それは買いかぶりすぎだよ。
I think you may be overestimating me a little there.
カノーネ君、次の方を。
Well, can you show our next visitor in?
了解ですわ。
Certainly.
やあ所長さん、いつもすみませんな。
Oh, Mayor Norman. Hello there, Alan. Sorry for dropping in on you
ま
again.
た少し市の財政のことで相談に乗ってほしいのだが。
I just wanted to get your input on another little something regarding the city's finances.
ええ、喜んで。
Oh, that won't be a bother at all.
どうぞおかけください。
Please take a seat. Secretary Cadone.
それで今日はどのようなご用件で？
So what exactly can I help you with today?
この仕事も 軌道に乗ってきたようだね。
All seems to be going rather well with with this business now, don't you think?
ええ、
Indeed.
少々緊張感に欠けるのがたまに傷ですけれど。
Although I admit that it's taking me time to adjust my days being so peaceful, I do miss having a sense of tension in my life.
我慢してくれたまえ。我々も今は民間人なのだから。
That's something you'll just have to live with, I'm afraid. We're civilians now, not soldiers.
そうでしたわね。
That's true enough.
まあ、閣下の生まれ故郷でこうして過ごせるのは光栄ですけれど。
In any case, it's an honor to be able to live and work with you in the city where you were born, Your Excellency.
カノーネ君、
Kanone.
今は所長と呼んでほしい。
I really would prefer if you address me as sir now.
失礼いたしました。
My apologies, sir.
謝るほどのことではないが。
There's no need to apologize.
入ろうか。天気も崩れてきたようだ。
Well, I think we should probably go inside. I'm not sure I like the look of the sky.
Hmm?
It couldn't be.
所長、
Sir,
どうかなさいましたか？
is something the matter?
いや、
Oh, it's nothing of much importance.
市長宛ての郵便物がまた間違って届いてしまったようだね。
I just noticed that we seem to have mistakenly received another letter intended for the mayor.
この事務所も元は彼の家だったから無理もない話だが。
It's understandable that it keeps happening given that this building was previously his, but it is a tad troublesome nonetheless.
やれやれ。私が届けてくるよ。
I suppose I'd better go and deliver it to him. It could be something important. He's lying, because she would probably offer to do that.
え、今からですか？
Now, sir?
ですが、今にも雨が。
Couldn't it wait? It seems like it's going to start raining any minute.
何？すぐ隣だ。降られても心配はないさ。
It's not too far. Even if it does start raining, I won't be exposed to it for long.
君は定期連絡の方を頼む。
Can I ask you to handle the regular reports in the meantime?
はい。
Yes, of course. Oh, no, she didn't offer to do it. But yeah, I guess given the weather, that makes sense that she should be somewhat suspicious. Ugh.
あの手紙は。
There's no mistaking it.
あの手紙の貼り方は。
That letter was
情
sealed
報
in a
部で使
special
ってい
way
た
we
特
used
殊な
in
も
the
のだ。
intelligence division.
手紙の内容はフェイク。本文は封筒の貼り合わせ方に暗号化されてい
The
る。
letter itself is a meaningless decoy. The real message is concealed in how the envelope is in there. The letter itself is a meaningless decoy. The real message is concealed in how the envelope itself is sealed.
発着場へ来られたし。
It means come to the landing port.
元情報部の人間が私を呼び出している。
Someone from the intelligence division is calling me in hopes of speaking to me.
おそらくは私に投げつけたい暗い感情を抱えて。
Most likely because they bear a deep-seated resentment towards me and what I did to them.
行かなくてはならない。
And I have a duty to go and see them.
元情報部将校として
After all, I was their commander.
彼らの人生を狂わせた張本人として。
I was the one who pushed their life off the rails and ruined their future.
お待ちしておりましたよ。
I've been waiting for you.
君か、センダー。
So it was you, Cinder.
お久しぶりです。大佐。
It's good to see you again,
お
Colonel.
元気そうで何よりです。
I'm pleased to see you're still well.
もう大佐ではないよ。
I'm not a colonel anymore, Cinder.
何度説明してもなかなか分かってもらえないのだがね。
Though I feel as though saying as much has become a hobby, no one around me seems willing to correct themselves.
いえ、本日はあえて大佐 と呼ばせていただきます。
Oh, I'm aware. But today I intend to address you as Colonel nonetheless.
大佐、あなたにお尋ねしたいことがありまして。
I called you here because I have something that I need to ask you.
僭越ながらこうしてお呼び出しさせていただいた次第です。
I hope you can forgive me for forcing you to come out here with the weather so poor.
私に答えられることなら何でも答えよ
If I can answer your question, I will.
遠慮はいらない。
Don't feel as if you need to hold back on my account.
納得のいかないことがあるならいくらでも言ってくれ。
If you can't accept something in the answer I give you, by all means, say so.
大佐、ではお聞きしますが、
Then I'll get straight to the point.
なぜ軍を辞められたのですか？
Why did you leave the army behind, Colonel?
あなたの愛国心はどこへ行ってしまったの
What
だ？
happened to your love for your country?
君は軍職に復帰したようだね。
I see you at least return to the military.
ほっとしたよ。
I was relieved to see that, in truth.
君は士官学校でも特に優秀だった。私にさえ出会っていなければ。
You were always an exceptionally capable soldier, even back in the military academy. If you hadn't had the misfortune of meeting me.
私が巻き込んでしまわなければ今頃は左官の位を受けていてもおかしくはない。
If you hadn't had the misfortune of being caught up in my foolishness, you would probably be a field officer by now.
本当にすまなかったね。
I'm truly sorry about what I did to you.
大佐、自分は決してあなたを責めているわけではありません。
Please don't get me wrong, Colonel. I don't in any way blame you or harbor resentment for what you did.
あなたは誰よりもこの国のことを考えていた。その愛国心は真実本物でした。
You thought about what was best for this country more than anyone else I know. Your patriotism was genuine and heartfelt.
自分はそれについていくと誓い、
I don't regret following you at
幸
all.
福であったのです。
I'm honored that I could.
確かに今となっては好みの昇進は難しいでしょうが、
It's certainly true that doing so has become a significant obstacle in my chances of promotion.
そんなことはどうでもよい。
But I couldn't care less about that. Something about his tone of voice is making me uncomfortable.
自分は軍に復帰し、再びこの国のために尽くしている。自分はそれで幸せなのですから。
As long as I can continue to serve in the military, to serve the country I love with all my heart, I am happy.
あなたを恨むつもりなど、初めから毛頭はありませんよ。
Know that I harbor no ill feelings towards you regarding the past.
だが、
But
大佐、
what are you doing
あな
now?
たはどうなされたのですか？あれほどまでにこの国の将来を憂いていたあなたが。
You used to worry for this country's future more than any of us. You cared for it more than any other.
もう一度この国のために立ち上がろうとはせず、早々に軍を辞めてしまった。
Yet instead of picking yourself up and trying to work for your nation again, you left the army behind.
そして今は会社を立ち上げ、金持ち相手に商売をしているなどと。
And now you're running some sort of company that deals with the rich?
あなたの愛国心はどこに行ってしまったのか！
Just what happened to your patriotism?
大佐、軍へお戻りください。
I beg of you, return to the military.
あなたは軍職に復帰し、そのお力を発揮なさるべきです。
You're a capable man. Those skills of yours would be a valuable asset to the force, and it's where you should be using them.
すまない。
I'm sorry, Cinder.
私はもう軍には戻れないのだ。
I cannot ever return to the army again.
なぜ？
Why?
なぜですか！
Why, Colonel?
あなたはもう十分すぎるほどに償われた。
You've repented more than enough for your actions.
モルガン将軍もカシウス准将もあなたの復帰を待っていらっしゃいます。
Both General Morgan and Brigadier General Bright actively desire your return.
我々は皆それを心待ちにしているのです。
I and all of the other soldiers in my position would be overjoyed to have you in our ranks again.
なのにあなたはどうしてそのような顔をして
So why? Why do you look at me with that sad expression and tell me that it's not possible?
自分に
Why would you
謝
apologize
る
to
の
me?
ですか？
センダー、私は決して愛国心を捨てたわけではないのだ。
Make no mistake, Cinder. I haven't abandoned my love for my country. It burns as brightly in my heart as it ever did.
むしろ
But what I did was...
私は大きな罪を犯した。
What I did was truly terrible.
あれだけの事件を引き起こして多くの人々を巻き込み、
I organized a coup d'etat, destabilizing this nation and disrupting the lives of countless people.
その多くの人々の助けで己の過ちに気づいたというのに。
Thanks to the help of all those around me, I was able to realize what a foolish mistake I made.
私の心は何も変わらなかったのだ。
And yet, in my heart, I feel exactly the same way as I always did.
大佐。
I'm not sure what you mean.
あれほどの大事件を経て、なお私の国を思う気持ちは全く変化していなかった。
In spite of all that happened, my love for my country is unchanged.
今でもリベールのために尽くしたいという盲目的な衝動に駆られてしまう。
I still feel the blind desire to do anything I can to aid Liberal, no matter how reckless or dangerous it may be.
私はクーデターを計画した頃と何も変わっていないのだ。
I'm the same man I was when I plotted that coup d'etat. Not a thing has changed.
私はそれを恐れた。
That thought, Cinder, terrifies me.
そんな。
Then,
では愛国心が消えたわけではなく、
you didn't leave the military because you had lost your love for your country?
持ち続けているからこそ軍には残れなかった。
You're saying that you left it because you still love your country?
すまない。君に話せる道理はなかった。
Forgive me, I have no right to be making excuses to you and trying to justify myself.
君たちを巻き込んだのは他でもない。
Not after I dragged all of you down with me and ruined your lives forever.
本当に申し訳ないと思っている。
I truly am sorry for what I did to you and all the other members of the division.
あなたは
You,
そんなはずはない。
no, you.
あなたはもっと。
だが誤解しないでくれ。
Please don't misunderstand.
センダー、私は決して己の弱さから逃げ出したのではない。
I didn't leave from the army. Yeah, I didn't leave the army in an attempt to run from my own weakness.
降格や処分を恥として軍を離れようとしたのではないのだ。
Nor did I leave it because I was ashamed of the treatment I received for my actions.
私はあの後長く考えた。本当はどうすればよかったのかと。
After what happened, I thought long and hard about what I should have done instead of what I did,
どこで道を誤ってしまったのかと。
trying to work out where I'd gone wrong.
そしてある時気づいたのだ。自分が見落としていた重大な事実に。
As I did that, I noticed something vitally important that I failed to realize up until that point.
私は情報部を設置し、国を守るための情報を集めた。
After setting up the intelligence division, I began gathering information and using it to protect Libero.
それなのに私という人間は情報というものがどこにあるのか。
Yet thinking about it
ま
now,
るで分かって
I
いな
didn't
か
know
っ
the
たのだ。
first thing about the nature of information at the time.
情報は単独で存在するのではない。それを用いる人々の間にあって初めて情報は情報として存在する。
Information isn't something that exists alone. It only exists when people use it and see it as something of worth.
そして立場や見方によってその価値は大きく変わっていく。
Furthermore, the value of that information can change radically depending on the position and perspective of those who look at it.
私の愛国心が歪み始めたのは愚かにもそれに気づいていなかったせいなのかもしれない。
I can't help but wonder Overlooking this simple fact was what caused my patriotism to start to become more of a force for harm than good.
自分に見える価値を絶対だと思い込み、私はいつの間にか自分に都合のいい情報ばかりを集めていたようだ。
Somewhere along the line, I started to believe that only information I saw as valuable was of any importance.
そしてその結果、この弱い心を支えるために強い力を探し求めてしまっ
And
た。
as a result, I ended up wanting power in order to compensate for the weakness of my own heart.
あの時の私には軍とは異なる視点が必要だったのではないかと思う。
Thinking back, I think what I really needed was a different perspective through which to view information, one separate from the military.
軍のように国と民のありさまをシステム化して見る視点ではない。
One that doesn't see the country as people's way of life as a system or as numbers and
この
absolutes.
国にとっての不利益を切り捨ててゆくのではない。
I needed to be collecting information that was disadvantageous to Libro too, rather than cast it all aside.
リベールと諸外国を広く俯瞰し、自由な視点からより多様な情報価値を見出していくべきではなかったか。
I needed to view us and the surrounding nations in a variety of lights while collecting a wide variety of information from a freer perspective.
それを可能にするのが今の会社というわけですか。
So you believe the company you're running now is capable of doing that?
そうだ。
Yes, I do.
私にもこれが過ちを繰り返さない確かな方法なのかはわからない。
I can't say for sure that this will allow me to avoid repeating my past mistakes.
考えを巡らせるより先にするべきことがあったのかもしれない。
Perhaps there was something more important that I should have been doing before giving thought to any of this to begin with.
だがこの国には新しい視点が必要なのではないかと思い至った時、
But in the
私
end,
は
I came to the
軍職を
conclusion
辞する
that
決意
Libro
を
needs
し
a
た。
fresh perspective, and I then resolved to leave the army.
軍は軍で情報機関を作ればいい。
If it needs a
準
means to
将がい
gather
らっしゃるのだ
intel,
から私が心配することはないだろ
it can make another intelligence division. That is for Brigadier General Bright to worry about, not me.
う。しかし民間にはそのようなものはない。
Still, the civilian group, the civilian population has no such group or organization. It's never had one.
組織的な情報収集と正確な分析を行おうという考え自体がまだないのだ。
I doubt anyone in the civilian world has ever thought to create one in order to gather and accurately analyze information
だ
either.
から私は一民間人として R&A リサーチを起こした。
That was why I, as a civilian like any other, chose to establish RNA research.
今これをやるべきなのは自分なのではないかと信じて。
Believing that I am the right person to be the first to do so.
もう軍には戻らないのですね。
You truly don't have any intention of returning to the military, do you? I don't feel like he's about to try and kill him or some shit.
軍に未練がないといえば嘘になってしまうな。
If I said there wasn't a part of me that longed to return to my days of active service, I would be lying.
しかし私はこの国を支えるもう一つの目になりたいと考えている。
But I'm hoping that through this, I will be able to become another eye by which to support this
セ
nation.
ンダー、これが今の私の新しい愛国の形なのだ。
And I see my current occupation as a new way to show my love for my country.
どうか分かってほしい。
I wonder if that makes any sense.
あなたは卑怯だ。
You're coward.
あなたのお考えは正しいのでしょう。あなたはいつも正しく反論の余地はない。
No doubt every word you are saying is objectively correct. That's how you've always been. There's never been room for rebuttal in your arguments.
だが
But Colonel,
もうリベールの明日を切り開くとおっしゃったあなたではない。
you're also no longer the man who swore to forge his kingdom's future with his own two hands.
もう会うこともないでしょ
Goodbye, Colonel. We will never meet again. Well, maybe he isn't gonna try and kill him.
違う。そうではないんだ。
That's not
センダー。
true. That's not true at all, Cinder.
私は決意を秘めて新しい道を歩んできたつもりだが、
I've chosen the path I now walk, believing it to be right. Certainly.
この選択が正しいなどと確信しているわけではない。
And even I don't know for sure if what I'm doing is correct.
今も迷い続けているのだ。
Even now, I'm terrified of the possibility that I might be making the wrong
未
choice.
だにこの道もまた間違いなのではないかと。
I worry that the road I walk might be the makings of yet another grave mistake.
私には純正のように一括する力はない。
I just don't have the same power that Brigadier General Bright does.
やはりダメだな。
I really am.
私は。
所長、
Sir?
カノーネ君か。
You didn't have to come out here in the rain?
戻りましょう。風邪をひいてしまいますわ。
We should return to the office. You'll catch a cold staying out here much longer.
カノーネ君、私は。
No, nay.
きっと彼も戸惑っているだけなのです。
I'm sure he's just having trouble coming to terms with this new life too.
あの情報部の熱気が忘れられず、どこかに心の居場所を求めてしまうのですわ。
He just can't forget the fervent enthusiasm of the intelligence division. As if he doesn't feel like he belongs in the world that's come after.
でもいつか分かってくれる日が来ます。
The day will eventually come when he will be able to understand what you said.
そうでしたから。
That's exactly what happened to me, you know.
そうか。
True enough, I suppose.
そうだったね。
You're right.
戻ろうか、カノーネ君。
Shall we be going then, Kanone?
はい。
Yes, sir.
やれやれ。ずぶ濡れになってしまった。
I wasn't expecting to end up quite this soaked.
カノーネ君、平気かね。
Are you alright?
ええ、私の方は問題ありませんわ。
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
士官学校時代のサバイバル訓練を思い出すくらいです。
This actually brings back fond memories of the survival training I underwent back at the academy.
所長こそ早くお着替えになってください。
I do think you should go and get changed into some dry clothes, though, sir.
ああ、私も平気だ。
A little rain never hurt anyone.
サバイバル訓練も苦手ではなかったからね。
I don't believe I was half bad at my own survival training, you know?
いえ、し
Even
かし
then.、An
暗
encrypted
号化
call.
通信だね。
定期報告でディーレンスが気になる情報があると言っていました。
Dylan did mention that he has some information of interest in his report earlier.
関連情報が入ったのかもしれません。
Perhaps this relates to that.
な
This
るほ
relates
ど。
to that. Sounds possible.
ということは、共和国方面で何かあったか。
Which would mean that something has happened over in the Republic.
ああ、私だ。
Yes, it's me.
だから大佐はやめてくれ。
Can you please stop calling me that?
あ
Yes, that's
あ、
right.
ああ、
Yes.
東方人街か。
Eastern Quarter.
あそこにはまだ情報屋置いていなかったな。
We don't have anyone there yet, thinking about it.
あ、わかった。こちらでも探ってみよ
Alright, I'll look into it as best I can.
う。ああ、君も無茶はするなよ。
Right. You be careful.
何か動きが？
Has something happened?
東方人街にまた傭兵団が入ったらしい。
Another Jaeger corps has entered the Eastern Quarter.
イエーガー、赤い星座。
Sizable one.
かなり大きなグループだ。
Red Constellation.
ここのところ動きが活性化してますわね。
Really, there seems to be rather a lot of activity on the Jaeger front of late.
少なくとも
Jaeger front
裏
of
社会
late.
の勢力
Yeah.
構想が激化する可能性はあるな。
Their arrival makes it very likely that the power struggle there will begin to worsen too.
旧情報部の網だけでは状況は把握できそうもないか。
I doubt the old intelligence division network is going to be sufficient to fully stay on top of the situation.
これは私が出向いた方が良さそうだ。
I think I may have to head there personally.
やはり私には迷いがある。
I still have doubts about what I'm doing.
私の愛国心は結局何も変わらなかった。
Nothing about my love for my country has changed. Nothing at
変
all.
わらないままの自分で果たして正しい道など歩めるのだろうか。
So is it even possible for me to find and walk the right path this
そも
time?
そも人の身で正しい道など開けるのだろうか。
Is it truly possible for any mortal to forge the correct path through life?
答えは見つからないが、今はこの信じる道を歩いてみよう。
I don't know, but all I can do is try to follow the path I believe to be right in hopes that I'm not mistaken.
私の間違いを正し、支えてくれた人々を信じて。
Believing in those who have supported me and worked to right my wrong.
所長、
Sir?
いかがなさいましたか？
Is something wrong, sir?
カノーネ君か。
Oh, you're here, Kanone.
見送りはいいと言っているのに。
I did tell you that you didn't need to come and see me off, you know?
そうはいきませんわ。
You did, but I'm afraid that simply won't do.
上司の見送りをするのは部下の務めですから。
Staying off their superiors is the duty of a subordinate.
カノーネ君、もう軍ではないのだから、そう固くならないでくれ。
Perhaps in the military, but that is no longer the world we live in. There's no need to act like a soldier anymore.
ああ、それと一つ言い忘れていた。
Oh, and one more thing.
留守の間、事務所の方を頼むよ。
Please do take good care of the things in the office while I'm gone.
あまり大きな依頼などはそうそうやってこないとは思うが。
I think the odds of any large requests you'll struggle to handle without me coming in are fairly low, at least, but
お任せください。
leave everything to me, sir.
どんな依頼でも懇切丁寧に対応いたしますわ。
I'll be sure to handle every request that comes in with care and kindness.
所長が小さな依頼を受けるのを楽しみにしてらっしゃることくらい分かっておりますから。
I'm well aware you always look forward to taking on small requests too, so they will be given the same high standard of service as any other.
よろしく頼む。
You know me too well. Just go ahead and marry her, Alan. Just go ahead and do it. Hey,
君は
they just be getting
Jake.
around.
ユリアのハヤブサ？
What on earth is Julius Bird doing here?
厚かましくも閣下の腕に止まるなんて。
Don't just sit on his excellency's arm as if it's your own personal property. Glare. We're seeing.
カノーネ君、ガンを飛ばさないように。
Please, Kanone, there's no need to glare at him like that.
それと閣下はやめてくれ。
Also, please stop calling me your excellency. Richard then noticed that there was a note attached to Sieg's leg. What's this?
これを私に？
It's addressed to me. Richard took the memo from Sieg's leg.
これは
This looks like
軍司令部からの書簡のようだ
a
な。
letter from HQ.
軍司令部から？
As in military HQ.
どうして親衛隊の伝令係がそんなものを？
Why is the Royal Guard's carrier falcon bringing a message to you?
さて、何しろ人使いの荒い人だからね。
Who knows, its writer's a real slave driver, though.
助かったよ、ジーク。
Thank you for delivering this, Sieg.
この依頼、承知したと伝えておいてくれ。
Let him know that I accept his request.
所長、
Sir,
その書簡はもしや
was that...
まあこういうことだ。
See for yourself.
出張お疲れさん。
Best of luck with your little trip.
こちらとしても赤い星座の動きは気になるからついでに探っておいてほしい。
We'd like to know that what the red constellation is up to too, so we'd appreciate you looking into it for us on the side.
やれやれ
Honestly,
この情報は高くつきますよ準将。
I hope you don't think this information is going to come cheap, Brigadier General. Side story. I accept your request. Finished. Really? That's the end of it. Received covert and 10k mirror. Ooh, getting the money. What's covert do? Just curious. Covert combines the effects of haze and information. Huh. Haze and information. Am I using yin yang on anybody? Apparently not. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, I don't have a 3 slot on that, so it doesn't matter regardless, but interesting. Alright, so this episode's run about 40 minutes now, I can tell, or 41 minutes. I think we're going to go ahead and conclude that episode here, but just in case the next one takes like an hour or an hour and a half or something. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third. Until next time, take care and stay hydrated. Be safe.